I'm playing the entire career of Michael Penix Jr. and not stopping until the day he retires. He begins as the lowest rated rookie quarterback drafted in the first round, and he's the only one that begins with normal development. Hopefully he can fix that, but he's gotta hurry if he's gonna turn into anything special, because he's already 24 years old, and it makes it even harder when you take into account he starts his career as a backup, especially considering Kirk Cousins still has 4 years left on a massive contract. But Kirk is getting on up there in age, so hopefully Penix can claim the starting job sooner than anticipated. Now what we do from here is simulate to the end of Michael's rookie season. I want him to be the one to control his destiny. Now once he actually makes the Super Bowl, then I'll jump in to play the entire game and try my absolute best to get him his first ring. Now winning himself a Lombardi is just one of the 10 career challenges he has to complete today. Along with reaching 90 overall, he has to become a superstar. He has to lead his team to the playoffs at least 5 times, while also winning at least 5 playoff games. He has to throw for a bare minimum of 200 career passing touchdowns, while also winning 100 games as the starter. At least once he has to lead the league in a passing statistic. He has to break a Falcons all-time record, which Matt Ryan made sure won't be easy. Last but not least, he has to win NFL MVP. Now this is by far the toughest career challenge we've set out in Madden 25 yet, especially when you consider where he starts off at. And if he fails just one of these 10, I have to buy and give away an authentic Michael Penix jersey to a random lucky subscriber. Lucky for him, some extra Super Bowl wins could knock out some of these challenges. Let's prove the haters wrong, Michael. The Kirk Cousins-led Falcons made the playoffs, but none of this counts until Michael's the starter. And at least even though he didn't get playing time, he did bump up to a 71 this year. I mean, Kirk led the Falcons to a top 10 offense, dude. Yeah, he threw a lot of interceptions, but I just don't see them moving on from Kirk after a season like this. Not good for Michael. I mean, at least he completed the one pass he attempted his rookie year. And once Penix does eventually become the starter, at least he has a good running back for a while and some pretty good targets to throw to. Hopefully this can be Penix one day. If Kirk leads him to a Super Bowl here, dude, I'm telling you, Michael will never become the starter, ever. Well, that shouldn't be an issue considering they got first rounded. Now, the most important thing we can track right now is how much Kirk Cousins regresses this offseason. That'll be a big indicator whether or not Michael starts next season. Hey, at least Patrick Mahomes didn't win the Super Bowl. Here we go, brother, moment of freaking truth. Kirk Cousins fell all the way to a 77 overall, which obviously is still higher rated than Michael, but at the same time, dude, I wouldn't be surprised to see him take over after next season, which unfortunately at that point to be 26, dude. Maybe Michael will actually luck up and Kirk will retire next offseason. Now let's see what this Falcons front office cooks up this offseason with their $22 million available dollars. So they signed a lot of players, but not a lot of quality. Just a lot of deadwood, to be honest with you. DJ Jones, their biggest contract so far. They signed Nathan Peterman. Okay, Brandon Stevens, Levante David got the most money, but honestly, dude, it's just a bunch of crap. Here we go, no pressure, just the future of the Atlanta Falcons on the line here. First draft class wasn't absolutely terrible, but I've seen so much better. Hopefully Keenan won't be cheeks. God, and there were some absolute monsters in this class too. We missed out on a 76 rated receiver our pick. There was an 81 rated strong safety just sitting there for us to take. Now we're into Michael's second season, and hopefully this is the last time he's not going to be the starter. I just hope once he finally does take over the starting job, it isn't too little too late. Now if we do want Michael to eventually become the starter, we kind of do need to hope for the Falcons' downfall here with Kirk. Well, apparently our wish is Madden's command. To be fair, the entire division sucked. Yeah, the offense was garbage. I mean, again, wasn't garbage numbers from Kirk, but still, I would like to think next year Michael can finally take over after this. Now, did he progress as the backup whatsoever? He's up to a 74. You know what? He's getting the Jordan Love treatment. Once he becomes the starter, he's gonna hit the ground running. Even a down year from Bijan. Would have thought Ray McLeod was the team's leading receiver. Get me out of this freaking season so Michael can finally get some playing time. Again, it's all gonna come down to how much Kirk Cousins regresses this offseason. Didn't retire, so hopefully he did regress below Michael. Here we go, dude. The all-important button click. Kirk Cousins is officially a lower overall than Michael Penix. He is all the way down to a freaking 72 overall, which kind of sucks for the Falcons, dude, because he has a $57 million cap hit the next 2 seasons. Might be better off just cutting him. So unless they draft a quarterback, the job's Michael's to lose. It does suck 'cause he's only 26, so he only has a few years to progress at this rate. And what's absolutely insane to me is that all of his skill position players like Drake, Bijan, and Kyle Pitts are all younger than him. So at least he'll have the old dynamic trio around him for the foreseeable future. But to be able to protect a first-year starter, Michael Penix, this front office has got to do their due diligence and try to improve this offensive line in the offseason. A lot of holes they need to fix in this defense, too. But you'll have about $37 million to do so. Like, imagine how much money they're going to have once they get rid of Kirk Cousins. Falcons brass, please don't let me down. Michael needs you. Not good, dude. They didn't spend any money. They literally signed one player. Like, what are we doing? Like, is this a real franchise? Like, to make up for that garbage, dude, this has got to be the best draft class of all time. Now, actually, now that I think about it, let's make sure they didn't draft a quarterback here. They didn't. They go cornerback, D tackle, and left guard. Like, again, it's just like an average draft, especially considering they had the 7th pick. And especially when you consider they passed up on an 82 overall strong safety and a 78 rated cornerback. It was sitting right there for them. I think it's safe to say all of us now have zero faith in this front office. Doesn't mean I don't have full faith in Michael, though. Just don't know how competitive they're going to be, though, his first season, especially with this garbage defense. In his first season here as a starter, I think I'd consider like a 9-win season as a success. I'll literally take anything that can get these challenges rolling. So we won 9 games, but somehow that was good enough to make the playoffs. Thank God we're in the NFC South. Like, look at our division compared to the East. Officially on the board, though. Let's see how Michael did his first season. Finished about 14th in the NFL offensively. Not terrible in his first year of starting. Defensively, we were garbage. I mean, you definitely would have wished you could have limited these turnovers a little bit. Like, 22 interceptions won't get you too far. But, I mean, at the end of the day, dude, let's just consider him a gunslinger. Most importantly, what did he get that overall up to? He is up to a 77, so kind of well on his way to a 90, hopefully. Good season from the old running back, though. And no, I did not expect Cheeks to be our team's leading receiver. Like, 14 receiving touchdowns when Drake London and Darnell Mooney had a combined 4 is crazy work. See what happens when you don't invest on the defense, dude? Like, we didn't even have somebody with more than 5 sacks. Safe to say, no MVP votes this season. Now, does it count leading the league in a passing statistic if that statistic's interceptions? Which he got really close. How's he ever supposed to beat out Patrick Mahomes, dude? He's throwing 59 touchdowns this season. It's stupid. Now, let's see if he can win his first ever playoff game. He gets a tough matchup versus the Lions here, but at least they do get this game at home. Hopefully we can shock the world. And we lost. Got beat by 11. Was it Michael's fault? He only threw 1 pick. Just couldn't run the ball worth a crap. Now, main thing here, you see we have $37 million in salary cap this offseason. Hopefully Kirk Cousins can retire, and that would like probably free up, what, 50, 60 mil to spend? Not like our front office would spend it anyway. Oh, great. The Kansas City Chiefs made their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl and won a 2nd straight. Michael's gotta dethrone this team. Now, considering the fact we now have $133 million in available salary cap, I'm assuming Kirk Cousins retired. I was correct in that assumption. On top of that, we had some other big players retire. No wonder we have so much money. Can we please put this to good use this time? Now, what are the odds Michael had his dev trade increase? Brother, you best believe I am not asking questions. I mean, I'll take it, but again, dude, he's 27 years old at this point. Like, it's gonna be so hard for him to keep progressing. I think outside of that, maybe Kyle Pitts was the other one to bump up to superstar. Dude, just everybody on defense sucks so bad. Like, we need this front office to put on a masterclass here. Penix's career will probably just be mediocre. I mean, they spent like half of it, but still would like rather not just sat here with like 57 million. Hopefully they spend it on some quality. Okay, so some decent names in here. Joe Thuney for one on a 1-year contract. Drew Sanders on a long 5-year deal. Nick Herbig on a 6-year contract. Jalen Jones on a big contract too, so we can work with that. Like, no real superstars or anything, but this team needed some quality. Now, can we actually get a good draft class for once? Come on, tell me it wasn't garbage again. It was pretty garbage, dude. Like, what are we doing? Got a fast middle linebacker. That's about it. We took a 71 rated running back in the 2nd round while there was a 76 rated running back just sitting there in the 4th. Looking where some of these players got drafted just reminds me how bad our freaking front office is. But surely Michael will be able to overcome that. As long as we make some progress on last year's 8-win season, I'll be okay. I'll be content. All you can ever ask for is progress. Not gonna lie, I was expecting a little bit better than 5 wins. And that wasn't a terrible division, dude. I mean, we had a top 10 offense, so it wasn't Michael's fault this year. The defense was garbage. Now, how'd our boy do? He had 4,700 yards, 39 touchdowns, still throwing a little bit too many interceptions, though, but this is definitely progress from last season. And not gonna lie, fellas, pretty positive. I just saw a spoiler. Michael Penix, tied Patrick Mahomes with the most passing yards in the NFL, which it says he came in first, so we'll gladly count that as his first Mickey Mouse completed challenge. Now, did he get any MVP votes? He did. He came in 8th, so at least he's making progress here. Now, unfortunately, Oh my god. 39 touchdowns was best all time in Falcons history? Fellas, that's another one that we gladly take. What does overall go up to this season? Up to an 81, but still so far away from a 90. And now that I think about it, since basically we just skipped through the first 2 seasons, he only, just kidding, got a contract extension already. And the Falcons, good thing for them, they got him on the cheap. So if he does progress these next few seasons, like an $18 million cap hit's not shabby. So they should be able to allocate some of that salary cap elsewhere. Another relatively subpar season from Bijan. Kind of impressive though. Penix had 6 rushing touchdowns. We actually finished the year with 3 1,000-yard receivers. Kyle Pitts was kind of close to being a 4th. But still, man, just for some reason, we just can't find somebody that can get to the quarterback consistently. Despite the subpar season, I still consider it somewhat of a success. We just gotta hope for a big offseason here, despite our front office not giving us a reason to believe in them. Now, the Bills win their first Super Bowl in team history. Like, I'm just glad it's anybody but the freaking Chiefs. Hopefully, this will be Michael and the Falcons soon. God, dude, we have one bad season. We have 4 players quit on us. There is a chance here that Penix's Deb trade increased the superstar after leading the league in passing yards, and it did, thank God. We called it, boys. That's absolutely massive. We take this all day, every day. Fellas, this is going to be massive in his quest of reaching a 90. It does look like Drake London lost his superstar, though. Ooh, and Jesse Bates is getting to the point where he's kind of washed. Now, once again, do we have over $100 million to spend this offseason? Can we actually spend it all this time? I mean, they spent a lot of what they had, but still left us with over 20 mil. Tell me this was a lot of long-term deals and a lot of those Mickey Mouse 1-year contracts. And we got a punter, strong safety, good D tackle, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Baker Mayfield, Jordan Davis, kicker, Ricky Pearsall, Peter Skoronski. That's a good class. Again, like no absolute superstars or anything, but some players that should help us hopefully win more than 5 games. If we can actually, for once, put together a solid draft class here. This could be the best offseason that we've had yet. All right, come on now. Don't let me down. At least have a 75 rated player. Thank God. That's no, by far, our best draft class yet. Had a 77 rated running back in the 4th round. Guess they heard me complain last year. But we take this gladly, although at the same time, I feel like we probably could have got a better player with the 5th pick. Oh, here we go. I'm about to go see who we missed out on. Okay, to be fair, it wasn't the best draft class ever. We actually got the 2nd best rated player in the class in the 4th round. So at least I got some faith in this team now going into next season. I mean, if this defense can hold down the fort, dude, we should be fine. Give me 10 wins this year. 12 wins on the season. We gladly take that. We'll also take another division crown. I just hope this is the year where Michael can finally win a playoff game, because he needs to win at least 5. And brother, we started this season off, what, like 10, 11, 14-1? We finished the season with 4 straight losses. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. We're just outside of the top 5 offensively, and I just don't know what that means. Like, why is it invisible sometimes, dumb game? Defense was much better. Also just outside the top 5. Now that's what I'm talking about, Michael. 4,700 yards, 46 touchdowns, 12 picks, 74% completion percentage, which has got him up to an 84 overall. I mean, it's been progression each and every season here, and that's really all you can ask for from a quarterback. Now, what are the odds these were MVP numbers? Probably depending on what he did on the ground here. He put up only 1 touchdown. Like, I don't know why we can't get the running game going. 2 1,000-yard receivers this time, although Ricky Pearsall came out of nowhere with 18 receiving touchdowns. Like, we were, what, 19 total yards away from having 4 1,000-yard receivers? Still giving up way too many sacks, though. And that's better sack numbers this year, but we still haven't had one guy hit double-digit sacks the entirety of Michael's career. Now, were those numbers good enough for Michael to win his first ever MVP? No. He barely even came in the top 10. Like, what are we talking about? These numbers were good for 8th place? I mean, to be fair, Trevor Lawrence had a pretty nasty season, completing 80% of his passes, but still, how in the world did he come in 8th place with these numbers? I don't understand. We do have the Panthers here in the 1st round, which we already beat them twice this season, so getting him at home here, dude, this should be easy money. His first ever playoff win? Come on. You gotta be kidding me, dude. This is insane. Beat him twice in the regular season, yet we lose by 14 in the 1st round. Dumb game. What was the problem here? 2 interceptions. We got outdueled by Bryce Young. I mean, another productive season, but we still have yet to win 1 playoff game, which isn't really good considering the fact that he's about to turn 29 years old. At least he might be able to become a Mickey Mouse 90 rated. As they say, there's always next year. But not as much money to spend this offseason compared to the last 2, but 43 mil still a good chunk of change. Oh, what a shock shocker. Nobody quits on us when we have a good season. What are the odds Michael actually turned into an X Factor? I know he didn't win MVP or anything. He still's a superstar. It looks like Kyle Pitts became an X Factor. Even his backup tight end's a superstar. Defense still not looking the greatest, though. Jesse Bates now down to star. I mean, one more good offseason here, though, and I'm telling you guys, Michael's finally going to make a Super Bowl push. Well, I really hope nobody in our division gets some. We signed Jordan Mailata to a one-year deal, and that was literally it. You think a team in the middle of a Super Bowl window would invest a little bit more? Gotta make up for it with the draft. Garbage, dude. Just nothing but garbage. Like, what's the point taking a running back again? I just don't get it. Made it to 2029, and I hope to God this is Michael's year, dude. Keep in mind, all the playmakers Michael have are like the same exact age as him, so like whenever he begins to regress, so will everybody else. Just hope this defense will be able to hold down the fort. Now, what are the odds we could top last year's 12-win total? Let's go for the 1 seed. We definitely didn't surpass the 12-win total, but we'll take another playoff berth. It was a down year in the NFC too. We were literally 1 game out from the 1 seed. This time around, finished with the league's #1 offense, so hopefully that means Michael had a big year. Defense was like middle of the pack. Another quality season from Michael himself, like 4,800 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 15 picks, although I think those 15 picks might be a little bit too many to win an MVP. Most importantly, what's that overall up to? It's up to an 87, so he's getting closer and closer to that 90 overall. I just don't know if he's going to have enough juice, though, to get there. He did have 5 touchdowns on the ground, which should help him garner a few extra votes. Just can't believe, like, Bijan's not getting more than 200 carries a season. Like, he hasn't eclipsed 1,000 yards in, what, like, last 4 years? And through the air, this time, Ricky Pearsall continues to be our best receiver. Kyle Pitts, I think for the first time today, eclipsed 1,000 yards. Cheeks 2 yards away from 1,000. Drake London was 28 yards away. And oh my God, for the first time in, what, 6 seasons, we had somebody hit double-digit sacks. Here we go, brother. Did Michael finally win league MVP? No. Again, dude, like, he can't even come in the top 5, despite leading the league in passing yards. Now, can we finally, for the first freaking time today, win a playoff game? We've made it 3 times and have yet to win one. It looks like we finally advanced. Thank God. It only took until Michael was creeping in on his 30s. Please tell me it was a convincing win. I mean, beat him by 6, we'll take it. When they outgained us by like 70 yards, too. Michael threw 4 touchdowns. That's a pretty solid performance. Ran the ball a lot better than us, though. And thank God Cheeks isn't Cheeks in the playoffs. It's like the 49ers were a much tougher opponent, though, but thankfully we get them at home. So can we advance to the NFC Conference Championship game? No. I was so excited for a second. I thought we did. We just by 4. My God. We outgained them. It's like, what happened? Only 1 touchdown pass. Again, like, we couldn't run the ball. Like, you see what happens when we don't run from like 60 yards. I mean, we did everything we could. Just a stinker. At least we finally won a playoff game, though. Our front office can just add a few more superstars this offseason. I'm telling you guys, this team is Super Bowl caliber, and they need to win a Super Bowl before everybody starts to regress. I mean, if the freaking Raiders can win a Super Bowl, dude, so can Michael. Thankfully, again, nobody quit on us. Now, hopefully, nobody lost any dev trait or anything. Not only did Michael not lose his dev trait, for the first time, our guy has reached Superstar X Factor. But you best believe I'm not complaining, because this comes at the perfect time. Since Michael's now 30 years old, that means, like, it's gonna get to the point where he might regress some of these off seasons, but now, since he's an X Factor, that should slow that down a little bit, and maybe even mean there is still a chance he could become that 90 overall. Well, outside linebacker became a superstar. Ooh, Jesse Bates, dude, he's so washed at this point. Already had it spoiled, brother. We again have $93 million to spend this offseason. Add some superstars, and we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl. Please, like, spend all this. So we spent most of that. So I don't know who George Bolin and Deacon Hillhouse are, but I'm here for it. He better be good, because they got massive contracts. Can we follow that up, please, with a good draft class? It's still just garbage. At least we got our eventual Jesse Bates replacement. Hopefully this guy could be our long-term starter at strong safety. Although it was a pretty garbage draft class on its own. Not bad for what it's worth. So we've made it to a new decade, and hopefully that means it's time for this team to finally make a Super Bowl. Because if they don't, dude, there's a good chance Michael Penix could start to go down in overall. Now, I haven't even checked yet. What's his contract situation like? He has 1 year left. I didn't even know that. So for all we know, he might not even be a Falcon after this this year. 12 wins again, but still not good enough for the 1 seed. To those dang Minnesota Vikings. I mean, you can't be mad at a 12-win season. I mean, we once again have the NFL's #1 offense, so hopefully that means good numbers from Michael. Defense still middle of the pack. I mean, that's just pure insanity, dude. 4,700 yards, 50 touchdowns. Now, there is a really good chance if he had good rushing numbers that he possibly won the MVP. He had 3 touchdowns. And finally, we actually got a good season from Bijan. 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns from him, 5.6 yards per carry. It's crazy work. Now, through the air, 3 receivers for the first time with 1,000 yards. Drake London with probably the best season of his career. 17 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. And we were 40 yards off having 4 1,000-yard receivers. We signed Deacon Hillhouse, and he immediately gets the most sacks any teammates ever had of Michael's ever. And what I just thought about is Michael now is over 200 career passing touchdowns, which is good for another challenge completed. Still a long ways to go, though. Now, please tell me those numbers were good enough for an MVP. Surely. Gosh dang it, Anthony. Came in 2nd place, freaking robbed. What did Anthony Richardson do that was so great? I mean, he also threw for 50 touchdowns, but threw 2 more interceptions. On the ground, he only had 3 touchdowns, 520 yards. I feel like we were robbed. Now, importantly, what is Michael's overall up to? A 90 overall. Thank God. He progressed just enough, dude, and I will gladly take it. Which comes at the perfect time because there's a very good chance his overall starts to go down this offseason. But for now, let's focus on not getting first rounded here. Unfortunately, the Lions are a very, very tough opponent, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did get first rounded once again. And to my shock, we did get the dub. Got out of there with an 8-point victory, and that was with the Lions scoring 21 points in the 4th quarter. Like Michael threw for 4 touchdowns. With Bijan game, our run defense is what won us this one. Now, after beating the Lions, surely we can get past the measly 9-8 Seattle Seahawks. And for the first time in his career, Michael Penix has made it to the NFC Conference Championship. I was talking crap about the Seahawks. We only won by 4 points. Outgained them by 2 measly yards, and we've got to limit these turnovers, Michael. We're not going to be able to beat the Vikings, because they obviously are a pretty talented team. Now, who do they even have at this point? Okay, almost 99 Justin Jefferson, almost 99 Jordan Addison, almost 99 JJ McCarthy, so that's a pretty good trio they got. Unfortunately, I got a bad feeling about this one, especially considering I think this is our first away playoff game of Michael's career. I could be wrong on that. I wouldn't be shocked if we lose here, and to my complete surprise, brother, the Atlanta Falcons and Michael Penix have finally made the Super Bowl. It only took until his age 30 season. Oh my God, dude, how did we beat the Vikings? We beat them by 2 touchdowns. It was no issue, no problem. Screw that 99 trio. Michael Penix, masterclass, brother. Bijan Robinson finally getting going, dude. It's about freaking time. And I mean, we limited Justin Jefferson and that crew as much as physically possible. My God, dude, I am so happy. Oh my God, dude, with all the morale boost, dude, Michael's basically at 99 at this point. I've never seen a morale boost that high. So that bodes well for our Super Bowl performance. And now I want to check out the Ravens. They got 99 Lamar, 99 Tyler Lindenbaum. I mean, they got a pretty stacked squad over here in Baltimore. I mean, we should be getting this dub, dude. We're up to a 92 overall team with a 93 offense and 91 defense. Like, we got this. Thank God we signed Deacon Hillhouse. He's up to a 95. Like, look how much he just progressed in 1 week. We just can't lose this dude, because this could very well be the one and only Super Bowl Michael makes his entire career. Comes out first, and hopefully we can keep them off the scoreboard. 4th down and 1. They are going to punt the football, thank the Lord. All right, now let's set the tone. We get the football. Let's be the team to show we can score points on our first drive. He's on the backfield. And remember, we have one of the best running backs in the league. We are allowed to run the football with them. They played that to absolute perfection. So, can we please not go 3 and out? Even the Ravens didn't do that. Kyle Pitts, he's open. Gonna make the grab, first down. Thank God he hung on to that. I want to hurry up because I can't control my impulses. Drake London. Little pick play on the outside. 10 yards, we take it. Bijan out of the backfield. I'm going with the short game right now, but whatever it takes, whatever it takes. See, dude, they're just stopping the run so well. Here we go, another 3rd down. Who's going to be the one to get open for us here? Kyle Pitts on the drag, wide open. That's going to give us the football right outside the red zone. Bunch looks working really good for us right now. Do we get the throw off? No. I keep forgetting he's a lefty. It's so weird playing Madden with a lefty QB. We're not thinking field goals right now, brother. We need touchdown. I think Cheeks should possibly be wide open on a little post here. Depending on how Kyle Hamilton plays it. He did not play it well. That's going to be a touchdown. There's no way he didn't get his feet in bounds. Maybe he really is Cheeks. Now, we need an instant freaking replay on that. Oh, no, dude. That hurt. hurts. We have to settle for a field goal after that, dude. I'm gonna be so sad. Wide open Drake London, though, on the out route. Can he get in? Can he get in? Not quite, but down to the 3. That's gonna do it for the first quarter. But if we punch this bad boy in, this will be one incredible start. Crazy, but I'm actually going a little play action here. And nobody's open. Bijan is last second. He's gonna make the grab, drop it actually. See, they're just playing the run too well. They got everything stacked up in the middle, so I'm gonna throw the ball once again. A little nervous though, not gonna lie. Cheeks. Gonna make the touchdown catch this time, thank the Lord. Oh man, I needed that big time. What can the old defense do this time around? Can I keep them out of the end zone at least? I'll even take giving up a field goal since they are in plus territory and they score, of course. I mean, this is the Super Bowl, so you knew it wasn't gonna be that easy. I'm gonna send Cheeks on another little post here, which is gonna be wide open off the snap. He's gonna make the grab. If I ran straight, dude, that might have been a touchdown. Go and hurry up again. I can't control my impulses. Gonna continue to attack the seams right now, which nobody's open, and we get sacked. Hopefully we can get some of those yards back here. And that's what happens when you go 5 wide so much. Kyle Pitts. There's enough space right there. He's gonna drop the ball. I mean, that was threading the needle, but he still, I feel like, should have hung on to that. 3rd down and 18. Don't like this one bit. I'm gonna have to thread the freaking needle here, boys. Drake London has a little bit of space. He's gonna make the grab, 1st down. What a freaking play. And that's gonna be the 2-minute warning. Gonna be slow here. Take our time. We don't want to give them time to score. I'm gonna be nuts and actually run a QB draw. And it's gonna pick us up a total of 1 singular yard. Gonna continue and try and work the seams here. It's not open. Over the middle. Couldn't get the throw off. I tried. Trust me, I tried. What are the odds we can pick up 3rd and long once again? I'm gonna give it to Kyle Pitts. This should be a touchdown. He threw it out of bounds. Oh my God, Michael, why? Why do you throw it so far, dude? Thankfully, we made the 49-yard field goal. Hopefully, we keep him out the end zone here. We're actually not gonna get the ball back. We do get it back to start the second half. All right, let's go down the field here. Score a touchdown to open up the second half and take a 2-possession lead, please. Let's get Bijan going. Fortunately, again, going nowhere. Play action here, and it's just going absolutely nowhere, man. My worst freaking nightmare. O-line's having a stinker. What do you know? 3rd down and long, we meet again. But here we go, needing a freaking miracle again. And no way, dude. Like, this is just, we're just collapsing right now. I mean, literally nobody, not a soul was open there. Go ahead, let the Ravens score 14-10 just like that. My worst gosh dang nightmare. But we have ourselves a freaking ball game, boys. Kyle Pitts has got him beat deep. This time, he's gonna connect with them, and he's gonna drop the ball. Like, what is happening right now? Not gonna lie, starting to get a little flustered, so hopefully that doesn't affect my performance. We'll be on our game here, boys. We just can't protect for anything, man. I'm telling you right now, if I don't get this, I'm going for it. Cheeks is open. He makes the grab, thank God. Well, 4th down and short, Super Bowl on the line. I'm gonna trust in my star running back. Oh my God, the Ravens knocked us back. I swear this game is so terrible. He has the 1st down and the game knocks him back. This is so stupid. And they're gonna score in 2 plays. I swear this game just doesn't want us to win. I gotta lock the frick in, boys. I got to lock the frick in because this game is making me so mad. Oh, for a second I thought I'd throw a pick. I thought he was running a streak route. Gotta score fast and we'll be okay. Not another fumble. My God, Michael. Just take off. We gotta get the 1st down. I gotta get at least close to it. 4th down and 3. Need 3 yards to keep this game alive. Gotta have it. Absolutely gotta have it. Kyle, just sit down on it. Thank the Lord. Drops have been a problem. Thank God he didn't drop that one. But we head into the 4th quarter down by 11. Odds are stacked against us right now, but I still have faith. And that's all I gotta have. You know, fight until the very last whistle here. Don't like this. Don't like it. Just throw the ball away. Come on, Kyle Pitts down the seam. It's a touchdown. He doesn't overthrow him this time. That's gonna be touchdown. Kyle Pitts back in this ball game, boys. Let's freaking go. All right, this right here would make it a field goal game. See what we got here. Kyle again. Thank you. 21-18. We got this, boys. As long as the defense doesn't allow a touchdown. 3rd and 9. We get ourselves an interception. Drew Sanders coming up huge. Biggest play of his freaking life. Oh my God, dude. That changes things dramatically. A field goal ties it, but we want the lead here. Bijan up the middle. Oh, I thought we had it. I thought that was the lead right there. I'm actually going to keep this on the ground. Bounce it outside. Bijan Robinson. We get a 1st down. But I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, when the odds are stacked against you, this game just does not want you to have a fun time. Stupid. Well, great. 1st down and 20 now. No big deal. Just a Super Bowl on the line. Underneath. There's another flag. That might be roughing the passer, though, and it is going to be. So we get bailed out immediately after. Ball doesn't lie. And off up the middle. Bijan's in as the Falcons have came back and take the freaking lead. Just like that, dude, we're back in front. Rightfully so. All right, defense, we need you big time here, brother. They're moving down the field fast. Just a 1st and goal. I think I'm going to step in here. I'm going to try and step in and save this Super Bowl. They're chewing clock too, dude. Keep in mind, we do have all 3 timeouts, and that's a false start to start. That's good. Great. No, so it's offsides. I mean, I'm telling you, this game just does not want me to win this. Come on, Nicholas. It's like they're going to run this football, aren't they? Inside zone. Running backwards. We're going to call timeout, though. I mean, you think they'd probably keep the ball on the ground 3 straight plays, aren't? No, they didn't. Oh my gosh, that was so close to being picked off. 3rd and goal, huge play. All 11 defenders on the field. This is the biggest play of your freaking existence on this planet. I'm on a defensive lineman. Sack, sack, sack. There's just no, this is so stupid. This game is so idiotic. Like, this is actually unbelievable, dude. 48 seconds, 2 timeouts, Super Bowl on the line. No big deal. Cheeks. Oh my God. Let me tell you something, brother. He for sure isn't Cheeks as we score on the very first play from scrimmage to make it a 32-28 ball game, pinning this extra point. Surely our defense doesn't allow another touchdown in sub 40 seconds. Oh my God, what a freaking answer. Now, what does suck is the Ravens do have all 3 of their timeouts, but all we need is just one little fumble. One little fumble and we're golden. 30 seconds to go down in the history books, and just like that, they're in midfield. Just keep everything in front of us. We should be fine. Oh no, we're definitely not keeping things in front of us. They're already at the 34-yard line, dude. 27 seconds to go. Have 1 timeout. And you just got to be kidding me, man. Well, guys, in what, 15 seconds of game time, the Ravens have the ball with 22 seconds left on the 10 freaking yard line. 1 sack. And I don't think they have enough time to get back to the line of scrimmage. Such a big play. Sack, that is huge. That is huge. Please. Please, please. Draw the clock. Let's go! Oh my God, that game tried absolutely everything to keep the Falcons from winning the Super Bowl, but yours truly and Michael Penix overcame as we rightfully so get a Gatorade bath. Oh, dude, this is massive. This is absolutely freaking massive. We can celebrate for a second, but Michael still has so much work to put in. Can't even begin to explain to you guys how much of a freaking relief this is. We very well might have had some dev trait movement after a Super Bowl win. I don't think we did. At least our outside linebacker's up to an X factor. Oh, and AJ Terrell starting to be a little washed now. I told you guys how important it was. We became a 90 overall last season because even though he just won a Super Bowl, he regressed down to 89. I just really don't understand how you can win a Super Bowl and regress at the same time. Was the NFL passing rating leader, was the QB of the year, but still got worse somehow. Let's have another big off season here, dude. Me and Michael want to go back to back. Of course, dude. We follow up our Super Bowl win by signing 0 free agents. Better draft the next Justin Jefferson here. I mean, just mid again. At least we did get our potential future center. He looks like a Darren. All right, come on now, dude. Let's go back to back, please. So I will gladly take our best season ever with a 14-3 record, which is finally good for his first ever first round bye. And that's another challenge completed. Michael again led us to our #1 offense. And dude, come on. That's his by far best season ever. 5,100 yards, 54 touchdowns to 8 picks. If this doesn't win him MVP, dude, I don't know what will. Hey, at least I brought him back up to a 90. Another solid season from Bijan, and we had Drake London out of nowhere. 26 receiving touchdowns, 1,500 yards. Almost had 3 receivers with 100 catches each. Like, where did this come from? And I told you guys this Deacon Hillhouse signing was the best decision our front office ever made. Now, please tell me that was good enough to win him MVP. Thank the Lord. We're making some real progress, boys. Oh, I feel so good for Michael to beat out Anthony Richardson, dude. He stole it from us earlier. Now, what are the odds we really can make it to back-to-back Super Bowls? That's insane, dude. That's actually crazy. Let's freaking go. Beat the Rams by 11 in the divisional, beat the Cardinals by 8 in the conference championship. And remember, an extra Super Bowl win here would be good to complete our 10th challenge. I have a bad feeling, though, we're gonna lose. I just know it's too good to be true. We're not gonna go back-to-back. Maybe I'm using reverse psychology psychology here. We go to moment of freaking truth. We win the Super Bowl 20-14. I cannot begin to explain to you guys how freaking happy this makes me. I mean, it's not like our offense did much. They actually outgained us. Like, we did what we had to do. Michael didn't turn the ball over. Ran the ball when we had to. We officially go back to back. And fellas, you have got to love it. He even had a little Coach of the Year action. And with the Super Bowl win, he didn't even regress that much. Bijan did, though. But at least at the same time, Drake London regained his X factor. How insane is it that our backup tight ends are freaking 85 overall? And I forgot to see what his contract details are. Did he even re-sign? He has 2 more years left on his deal, which will take him to his age 34 season. So we're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of his contract and see if the Falcons can 3-peat or possibly even 4-peat. Well, the good news here at the end of his contract is the team's still earning first-round buys, apparently. Good thing, it looks like it's a down year for the NFC. Like, look at the Giants winning the NFC East with 7 wins. Michael still leading the top offense. And, like, what are these numbers, dude? 5,400 yards, 47 touchdowns, 14 picks. Bijan's still the running back, although the running game struggled a little bit. His overall is down to 82 with normal depth. They just absolutely decimate the running back position in this game. Drake London still putting up ridiculous numbers, as is Cheeks. Kyle Pitts still due with 16 touchdowns. Ricky Pearsall still putting up good numbers too. The Wombo combo still getting to the QB. Is that another MVP for Michael? No. It's freaking Anthony stealing it from him. How did these numbers get him a 5th place finish? Now at this point, what's the old overall down to? He's still an X factor. He's still an 89 rated. And he apparently signed another 3-year contract. So he's going to be a Falcon at least until the end of 2035. Now how did he do the last 2 seasons? Now last year he wasn't as good, but that's still insane numbers. I want to see if they did in fact 3-peat. No, they almost did though. They made it to the Super Bowl but lost to the Chargers. Will they make it back to the Super Bowl this time around? Yes, they do. And guess against who? I mean, even if we do end up losing this, it's been a generational run up to this point. The Panthers by 21 barely got past the Cardinals. I think it's safe to say Anthony Richardson is Michael Penix's biggest rival at this point, so hopefully he can get the dub here, win his 3rd Super Bowl in 4 years, and officially create a dynasty. And he takes down Anthony Richardson in a close game, 31-29, to win his first ever Super Bowl MVP. After winning the Super Bowl, though, his overall did drop down to 85, but he's still an X factor. Again, like, I'm just going to keep harping on it until Madden changes it, dude. The progression system's so bad. He just won his 3rd Super Bowl in 4 years, and this is the kind of stats he's losing. Like, they lost Ricky Pearsall. Bijan's just not good. He's still chugging along, though. Kyle Pitts still an X factor. Drake London still a quality receiver at 86, but keep in mind, like, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, they're a little bit younger than Michael Penix. So is Bijan. So I think now we go ahead and simulate to the end of his extended contract. What a freaking run it's been up to this point, dude. Like, imagine he was able to start a little bit earlier in his career. I mean, these are pretty insane numbers for somebody that's really only started. Hey, dude, maybe he can get up to 5 Super Bowl wins. So good to know Michael's still good enough to make the playoffs, although a measly 9-8 season is not necessarily what he's accustomed to at this point. I mean, he's still leading basically a top 5 NFL offense, and he's still putting up some pretty decent numbers. I mean, he's still an X factor at this point, 83 overall, even though he's 35. How did he do last year? Last year, basically the same exact stats with 10 more touchdown passes. Unfortunately, the Super Bowl appearance run ended as the Bears won the NFC last year. Now, what's the whole squad looking like around them? Ooh, Drake London's not looking too good, although Kyle Pitts is still an X factor. Unfortunately, I'm assuming Bijan retired at this point. And unfortunately, there are no original Atlanta Falcons still on this defense. Although Hillhouse, dude, up to a 99 X factor. Now, can they Mickey Mouse their way back to another Super Bowl and potentially win Michael's 4th? No. Got first rounded, apparently. I do want to see, though. He's thrown for the most passing touchdowns in Falcons history, but hasn't quite passed Matt Ryan yet, which I think Falcons fans would take this. I have a bad feeling he's going to regress a ton, though, this offseason. The one spoiler I did get is Drake London finally called it quits. But I don't think Penix would have retired just yet. He's regressed down to star development. He's still an 81 rated. He hasn't signed a contract extension, and I believe the reason is because he is apparently no longer the starting quarterback, which means there's a really big chance here that for the first time in his career, Michael Penix is no longer a Falcon. There it is, brother. No Michael Penix to be found. But surely somebody else picked him up, because like 81 overall quarterback, still starter quality. Either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. How could you sign for Anthony Richardson's former team? Still rooting for him to have a big season, though. I mean, he led him to the playoffs. I mean, this is pretty insane stats, dude, for a freaking grandfather. Even had the most rushing touchdowns he's ever had in a single season. At least Daryl Turner's loving life with him at quarterback. Imagine his first season not as a Falcon. He brings the Colts to the Super Bowl. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we do. We beat the Browns in the first round, but got beat by the Ravens in the divisional. This very well could be the season where Michael calls it quits. I mean, I couldn't blame him. He's won 3 Super Bowls at this point. Apparently still holding out strong. He's hanging on with his 79 overall rating. Looks like they did sign him to a 1-year extension. So imagine he comes back, brings the Colts to the Super Bowl as a 79 overall. Oh, hold on a second. When did they get Caleb Williams? Oh, don't tell me Michael's going to be sitting there wasting away in free agency, dude. Oh, it's about to make me so sad. There he is, dude. That's so criminal. That means this is probably going to be his last season. Cardinals win the Super Bowl. I haven't seen Michael retire yet. I want him just to waste away in free agency, though. Jordan Love retired. So did Xavier Worthy, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Jones. Looks like Michael's still holding out hope that he can play somewhere next year. At the start of 2038, please don't tell me he's just wasting away still. Like, Michael, what are we doing, brother? Like, at this point, dude, just go home to your wife, go home to your family. It definitely seems like the Colts should have brought him back. CJ Stroud retires. Well, Michael, Trevor Lawrence is gone. A bunch of Michael's old teammates called it quits. And there it is. After 15 incredible seasons, Michael Penix finally calls it quits. But not before, according to Madden 25, coming in as the 9th best quarterback in the history of the National Football League. I think Falcons fans would take those 3 Super Bowls. Now, hopefully you enjoyed that one. And if you did, you can click right here to watch me play the entire career of JJ McCarthy. And would you believe it? If I told you his career might have actually been a little bit more crazy. If you're still here, click that subscription button. Been recording this while I have freaking trick-or-treaters coming to my gosh dang door. Got them all to subscribe. You should too.